back to my channel. How is everyone doing today? So today we're going to be reviewing Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez, and we're just gonna jump right into this review. So the first thing I'm going to start off with, I will be inserting pictures as I'm talking, is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. Now this claims to be a glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes the skin. And this is 2.87 fluid ounces or 85 milliliters. And this is what the bottle looks like. And if you look closely, it has like a little bit of oil on the top. So I recommend that you shake it up really well before you use it. So I'm going to spray this first before we go in with the other primer that she came out with. And the price for this item is $24. And it's a nice like soft pink color, and a lot of people were saying that it was reminiscent to the Fenty Beauty line, but in my opinion, when I look at it, I don't see Fenty Beauty. And this is not glass, this is a frosted plastic, and I'm just gonna spray it first before I use it. Okay, so it's a nice like powerful mist that comes out, and it smells like, what does that smell like? Okay, let me just grab my arm real quick. And it's very soft. And actually, someone that wouldn't know, it actually feels really nice. It smells like I don't know if it's like jasmine or sage. It has a fresh scent to it. It smells really nice, and I actually feel really good on the face. So I could definitely see the purpose of this for, like, let's say if you just want to like mist your face, kind of like a Evian water or like a MAC prep and prime spray. So far it feels really nice on the face. I'm just going to give that time to dry up a little bit. The next thing that we're going to apply is her Always an Optimist base illuminator. Okay, let me go back. So there's two sides to the box, and I always read the side that I believe is in French, which I don't mean to. So again, Always an Optimist illuminating primer, and this claims to be a weightless universal gel primer enriched with ultra fine pearls for a lit from within glow. And this is 0.50 fluid ounces or 15 milliliters, and I got the travel size one. I didn't see the need to get a really big one, and this one for this particular size is $14. So we're gonna apply that, and it has a nice little pump on it, and you guys can, it's very pearly. So let's hope it doesn't feel gritty on the face, because a lot of times with these illuminating primers, you might feel like the little pearls that they put in it. I don't know if they actually put pearls in it, but I'm just saying sometimes it feels gritty on the face, is what I'm trying to say. So let me just hold my arm, and I'm gonna try to oh, that's a lot. And that was a full pump, so that's, oh yeah, that's definitely plenty for the face. And rubbing it on my skin, it just feels like I'm putting on a moisturizer. It doesn't feel like a primer. It feels nice on the skin, actually. And immediately, look how dewy my face looks, which is a plus, because if you didn't know, I have very, very dry skin. So even like, see with my lights, it's really showing you how dewy my face looks. Now, just using these two products, like if you wanted to just, you know, do something and just kind of go out and look refreshed and put together, I think this would work for you. So just take the spray first and then do the illuminating primer on your face, and I think you will be fine. So if you're someone who, either you wear no makeup, or you just decided that day you didn't feel like wearing makeup, but you didn't want to look so, what's the word I'm looking for? So, what's the other you want to look more awake and more revived. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the words and they seem to be escaping me today. So anyway, so we're going to give that a minute, and then we're going to go in with the foundation and the concealer. So we're not doing eyes today. The only thing we're doing of eyes is the eyeliner, because at the time of when I placed this order, she had not released her eyeshadows, and she does have two eyeshadow palettes that have been released, and they are very like jewel tones, I would say, and they are very shimmery. So just let me know if you guys want me to review those or not, and I will pick those up. So let's get into the foundation, and I picked up the shade 280N, and this is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation in shade 280N Neutral. So this claims to be a foundation elixir that feels barely there while building coverage and boosting your natural glow. And this is 1 fluid ounces or 30 milliliters. And it does say right here to directions for you shake well, because from what I've heard, and this is the packaging right here, this is a very liquidy foundation, so you can even hear the little beads they have inside there. So just really shake it up. So if it's really liquidy, so I'm guessing it's going to be more like the Dior Face and Body, the MAC Face and Body, like, you know, those foundations that are very liquidy. And I think Tarte had one too. Was it some kind of C foundation? I never got to try it, but I think they did have one. Like, there's so many brands that have come out with something that's more liquidy. So my guess is it's going to be more like a natural finish on your face when you put it on. And this is also made out of plastic, along with everything else that I've tried. I think my theory on why Selena did not make these glass is because where she has lupus, and she has mentioned that it's very hard for her to open things, like her hands are very weak. As someone who is also weak at times, a glass bottle feels really, really heavy in your hand. Whereas this bottle, it's a frosted plastic, but it's lightweight at the same time, and it looks very aesthetically pleasing. And if you guys didn't know, these big spheres or balls, whatever you want to call them, on the top is just to make it a little easier for you to open a package, which I did find for someone who does have a hard time opening things, it does come in handy instead of just grabbing it here. So I do like that she did that. And this has a really huge doe foot applicator. This is reminding me of the Clinique foundation, and there was another foundation that came out, I can't remember right now, but it also has a doe foot applicator. So we're just gonna go one face at a time, like one side of my face at a time, and that should be enough to cover this side. That might be too much. And I did not pick up her brushes because I have so many makeup brushes, and I was trying to just keep down the cost. And I did ask in a poll what you guys preferred, and you said that you preferred me to do one entire video, like reviewing her brand as a whole, instead of doing smaller videos, like reviewing certain items. Like, say if I just bought the brushes and the sponge, and I just did a small video reviewing that, and like I just did like the face products, and then you know, the cheeks, and etc, and onward and onward. So anyways, we're gonna go in with this brush. You guys know I love it a lot, and this is the Ulta Beauty Precision Foundation Brush. I really like this brush a lot, and we're just gonna go in and really let me move this back a little bit. So this, even though it's claiming it's a neutral, I'm gonna try to not shake my camera, it's looking very olive, which is okay, because I do believe I have an olive undertone, which for me is hard to know what undertone I have, because, you know, companies they're not consistent with the way they do their manufacturing of foundation shades, is what I'm trying to say. I had to think for a minute. So if you look, you can really see still my cheek, and you can see like I got most of the coverage here where I put it, so I can go back hopefully and reapply. So let's try that. I actually feel like I have nothing on my face. I'm just gonna grab a mirror so I could just look up closer to see where I need more product, because I don't want to look like cake face. Okay, so looking in my mirror, it looks like I need to put a little bit more on my cheeks, and then I'll do the other side of my face. But can you see the difference, like my natural skin tone, and then with this one? So yeah, so this one has more, I'm just gonna put a little bit more here, has a more of an olive, definitely olive tone on my face. And for me, I am in MAC and NC40. That's what I've always purchased. And recently I picked up the Pat McGrath foundation, and I got it in a M15 because I did try out a shade, was it number 18 or 19? That was way too dark, but I just wanted to test it out in a video. So yeah, okay, let me do the other side of my face. Looking up close in the mirror though, I feel like the foundation took away the dewiness that I just put put on my face. So where I had to go in again, I'm just gonna really put a lot more on this side of my face. Okay. So let's blend this side of my face out. I just have to hold up my arm. And I do it this way so I won't shake the table, because my desk that I film on will shake. I'll move this back. I don't want to get foundation on my headband. So this is, I don't think that this would be a shade, because I was matched online. I did, you know how Sephora does it, where you put in a foundation that matches you, and this is the shade they said would match me very well. But from far away, it's looking a little too olive for my taste. But in my mirror, it looks like it matches perfectly. So it could just be my lights. So according to the way it looks in my mirror, this color matches me very well. So the lights are probably just really emphasizing, you know, the olive tone. So let's put a little bit on my forehead, and I think we'll be good. But definitely, even with the pearlized primer, I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot, it's looking very matte. Okay, so looking in my mirror, even though I really hydrated my skin and I put the primer and I did all that, it's looking very matte on my skin. So I have tried the Dior foundation, and when I would put that foundation on my skin, I don't believe it didn't look this way. Like right now in the mirror, it's looking extremely matte. And I feel that if I didn't put that pearl, like, I don't know if you guys can see, I can see how cakey it looks. And for a foundation that says it is very liquidy, I feel that it should be looking more, even if it has a little bit of a matte, it should be looking more of a demi matte. And on my skin, it's looking super matte, even though I put all that extra stuff on. So I'm not necessarily liking how that looks, because where I have such dry skin, I'm just going in and fine tuning. Matte foundations on me, I don't use them. So anyways, let's just move on to the concealer and see how everything looks after we set it. So let me grab that. Let me just put that on this brush so I don't get foundation on my desk. 1 second. Okay, I didn't say the price for the foundation. The foundation is $29. So this is $29. Okay, so the concealer is $19. And let me read what that says. So this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer, and I got in the same shade 280N, because it tells you basically if you get, let's say you got to shade 240, get 240 in the concealer, because I believe the concealers are at least 2 shades lighter than the shade of foundation that you pick, if I'm correct in my observation of seeing it online. So it says here, this is a moisturizing buildable concealer that melts seamlessly into skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. And this is 0.25 fluid ounces or 7.5 milliliters. And this is the packaging. Now this one has a thinner ball on the top of it, and I'm wondering if she made it that way because it's a smaller packaging. Me personally, I would have liked if they both had the same size, just so it'll look more uniform when you put it on your vanity, but that's just me. So let's just see how the concealer applies. It doesn't say anything about shaking it or anything like that, so it just says the shaking up for the foundation. I was gonna say concealer. Okay. So it also has like a sponge tip, doe foot, sponge tip, whatever you want to call it. But the shaping is different. I don't know if you can see. It's more like, kind of points up like a triangular shape. So it's more like a teardrop is what I'm trying to say. So let's do one eye at a time, because I don't know how this is going to dry or whatever. But you see immediately how much brighter that is from the foundation. And I'm definitely going to use this little compact I have here to blend it out, and we're going to go in with my Ulta Beauty Buffing Concealer brush, because if you guys don't know, these are the 2 brushes that I use when I do my foundation and my concealer. Absolutely love them. So that blended out very nicely, and I felt like I didn't put anything on my skin, which is a plus, but I don't feel like it really did much. So I'm going to put in a second layer. As you know, I usually go in with two concealer, so I'll go with my MAC one and then with my Dulce de Leche, because the MAC one has like a peach undertone, so it does a lot of color correcting. But for the sake of the video, I didn't want to use any extra products so that we can really see how her products work as a whole. So I'm just going to go with a little bit more concealer. And this is definitely has a peach undertone, but it's very, very bright, which I'm very surprised at how bright it is, but it probably is because it says it's a brightening concealer. So we're just going to blend that out as well. I am going to set this though with the powders that I normally use, because all concealers will crease on you. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Concealers need to be set so they don't move. Yeah, so immediately before I said, I'm going to show you guys real quick. My skin, you can see it's already creasing and it doesn't look very appealing there, but it did do a little something if you look at it, because this is what my eyes look like without anything. And then here it did a little bit of coverage, but for this concealer, if you're someone that needs like you have really dark circles and you have to do and you normally, what am I trying to say? If you're normally going with one concealer and you do pick this one up, I would recommend that you definitely color correct under your eye, because I don't feel like this concealer by itself is going to do that. So we're going to do that now. I'm gonna set my this side of my face anyways. I'm gonna go in with the KVD Vegan Beauty, the shade Lyric, and I'm gonna use the Real Techniques brush, and then we're gonna go over that with the JOUER powder. Just to set it, this powder, I use it to brighten up under my eye. I probably didn't need to use it because of this concealer. It says it brightens, but I'm so used to using both of them, so I just wanted to try them out to see. Okay, so we got one, and then let's do the other. Finish this eye. From far away, it doesn't look too bad. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to show you how that looks. So it still looks, what is what I'm looking for? You could still see how it's creasing, I'm trying to say. But the good thing I find, what I feel with the powder, is that this concealer did set well with the powders that I typically use. So let's do the other eye. And these little things are really good for helping you to get a grip on the wand, which is nice. I'm just gonna blend that out. So let me see with my mirror, see if I need to go in further, because this just looks like a big blur to me. Okay, so for the sake of consistency, I'm gonna go put another layer, because we did do two on my right side, and just gonna put it again. And it does, I don't know if you guys heard that, but it does has like that little locking. You hear it, that it locked. I don't think the foundation did that, did it? The foundation, a little bit, but the concealer, definitely you hear the little clicking when it's done locking in place. What I'm trying to say. Definitely you can see the concealer is brightening. Now in the past, I'm gonna let you guys know, if you have not watched my other video, brightening things do not go good with my chemistry of my skin, because anything that has brightening in it, for some reason, it just causes my skin to really like look ashy, is what I'm trying to say. So let's set that other side. We're just gonna go in with that lyric from KVD Vegan Beauty. And then we'll go in with the JOUER, excuse me. With the JOUER medium powder. So now we're going to go with the medium powder under the eye. Okay. And I'm just looking. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. We're not doing anything else. I don't think we're going to need the powders anymore, so I'm just going to close that. Okay, everyone, so we're going to continue with the blush and the highlighter. Before we do that, I just want to read something quickly that I wrote to tell you about Rare Beauty. So Rare Beauty is breaking down unrealistic standards of perfection. This is makeup made to feel good in without hiding what makes you unique. Because Rare Beauty is not about being someone else, but being who you are. So this is what they have on their website. And then another thing that Selena did is that she has created the Rare Impact Fund, and their goal is to raise 100 million over the next 10 years to help give people access to mental health services. So that is really like the mission behind this beauty brand, is to bring awareness to mental health and also to help people feel more comfortable in their skin and be more accepting of who they are and not trying to be someone else. So the other thing that notes that I have along with this for the Rare Impact Fund is that they have a crisis text line. They also deal with the Trevor Project, and they also have National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and United for Global Mental Health. So all these things are listed underneath the section that she has on her website, where they are talking about mental health awareness. So these are like places where you can reach out to help you through whatever it is that you're going through. And they also created a Rare Beauty Mental Health Council. So on the site, it shows that currently there was 12 people listed that are part of this council. So basically these are people who are going to be, you know, working to help to make sure, like I mentioned previously, that mental health resources are available to everyone everywhere. Okay. And I think that is amazing that she's doing that, because there's so many people that suffer daily with mental health issues and they don't have enough resources, or they just feel really, embarrassed about it, because there's a huge stigmatism behind depression and people being sad and, you know, things like that. So I think that's great that with today and everything that's going on, that there's such a focus on that to help people really get through whatever it is that they're going through. I think that is amazing. So I really do love that. All right, so with that being said, now we're going to apply the blush, and it's in a liquid form, and this is called the Soft Pinch Matte Liquid Blush in the shade Love. And this is 0.25 fluid ounces or 7.5 milliliters, and I believe the price is $20. And this is the packaging. So I noticed that all her blushes have gold on them. The tops are not pink, so she did not make them that way, which I'm wondering why she decided to go that route. And nonetheless, it's beautiful because I love gold packaging. And this is also made out of frosted plastic. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So it does have also that doe foot, but this is more like a round oval shape. So I do have a little mini beauty blender from Real Techniques so that I can buff that out. And this is super, super pigmented. So I'm only going to put one drop on my face because from what I've seen, it's very pigmented. So we're just going to put one dot right here. You see that? That's going to be plenty. Oh, sorry, that was loud. To cover my face. So I'm definitely going to, let me get, okay, I just had to prop my arm up. So we're just going to use this part of it. It's like angled. And we're just going to buff that in. Oh my god. Can you see how pigmented that is? Could you imagine if I would have put 3 or 4 drops? Wow. This is like super intense. This is a beautiful color though. So it's like you have to put half of, what I would recommend if you're going to put it, don't put it directly from the applicator. Get a dot of it on the back of your hand and then just put it on, you know, like put a dot of it on the back of your hand or a plate or whatever you use, and then tap your sponge into it and then buff it into your face. Because look at, this is a lot of blush, you guys. Can you see that? Whoa. So this is like a terracotta shade, I'm gonna guess. It's very nice. It's very pretty. And I'm just buffing and buffing because I'm trying to really blur it out, but I don't think I can any more than that. Like that is, whoa, that's a lot, but it's really pretty. So now I gotta do the other side. I'll go back and probably try to buff it out more. We'll see. So maybe just clean off the spoolie a lot. This is like crazy. From how pigmented this blush is, this is going to last you a very long time. So I'll try to do a smaller dot. It's really hard to do that. And this one also snaps shut like the concealer. I don't know if it's because it's smaller. That's interesting. Okay, as I was saying, I don't know if it's because they're smaller packaging, but we're just going to buff that in. And even though my skin is looking like I showed you dry, when the light is hitting, you can see like that pearlescent primer that I put on is definitely peeking through. So because I put one dot, it's less, but you see how intense this side looks? I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to, you know, because I want you guys to be able to see how it looks if you just put a little bit, as if you really go intense. So this would be probably better for a day that you really want your cheeks to really be saturated in color. And this is more for a day when you just want a little bit of a glow. Okay, that's good. So this is more like what I would do as opposed to this. Okay, so we're gonna do highlighter next, and this is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in the shade Mesmerize, and you guys pick this shade. And this is a silky second skin liquid highlighter that creates a lasting lit from within glow. And this is 0.50 fluid ounces or 15 milliliters. And this one also comes in that light pale pink color, and it has a bigger ball or spear on top. So this also has a doe foot applicator, and it's also the same shape as the blush. So I'm going to try to take off excess because I don't know how pigmented these are, but I always do like 3 dots whenever I use a oh, let's do one at a time. I was getting ready to put that on the other side. Whenever I do liquid highlighter. So for the highlighter, we're going to go in with this pointed end and just blend that in. And I'm just going to rock it back and forth to make sure they're not like dots. This is what it looks like. I think I'm going to try to build it up a little bit more since we have so much blush, to see if it's buildable. And online, this is Selena's favorite shade, Mesmerize. It's definitely like a rose gold color. Something's making my nose itch in these products. Okay, so let's blend that in. Oh yeah, so it's definitely buildable. And I think this would be nice to put like on your collarbone, you know, like if you really want to give yourself that glow. Maybe that's why she made the bottle a little bit bigger than the liquid blush, because with the blush you only need so much. But can you guys see that? I really like the shade. It's nice. And I'm not really a fan of liquid products, like face products. I'm saying like liquid blush and highlighter. I'm really not a fan of those things. So I'll explain more later when we're done. So we're going to go here on this side, and we're not going to put 2 applications because this side is definitely lighter, so you guys can really see the true shade of it right there. And we're just gonna blend it in. Did I say the price for the highlighter? I did not. For the illuminator, I just gotta look here, it's $22. So we're gonna go in with that brush. We're gonna go with the sponge, not brush, sorry. And we're just gonna really blend that out. And then we have left to do the eyebrows and the eyeliner and the lip. That's all that's left to try out. Yeah, that's really pretty. So thinking ahead, okay, these are 3 products that I think everybody should get if you want a very like natural go out the door look and you want to look very dewy. So the setting spray first, and then the luminizing primer, face primer all over the face. And then you take your illuminator, the color you want. She has lots of colors, and put that on your face and you'll be ready to go. You can also put a liquid blush, but 3 things that I think will give you like that really dewy look without any color are definitely these 2 things. And if you don't want the setting spray, because I'm just trying to give you options, then just get these 2 items and you'll have a nice dewy, kind of like you stepped out the shower, you know, the sun is beaming on you look. That's what I'm trying to say. So now let's move on to doing the eyebrows. So the brow is a 2-in-1, and I like it's pink and gold, really nice packaging. And this is called the Brow Harmony Pencil and Gel, and I got the shade Cool Brown because it says the Selena Gomez's shade. And from all the shades that I saw, I felt that this one was going to be the more natural looking, because I do have naturally dark hair. I didn't want to go with a black, because I feel like when you go with black on your eyebrows and then your eyebrows just are, you know, see how mine's pretty thick, it just looks too extreme, and I didn't want that. So this is a dual-ended waterproof pencil and tinted brow gel with a precision brush to sculpt and set. And then so the stats on this, the gel is 0.07 fluid ounces or 2.25 milliliters, and the pencil's net weight is 0.007 ounces or 0.21 grams. And the price on this is $22, which I feel is a very good price point. And that's another thing I have to say with all her products. For the amount that you're getting, I feel that the price point is very good. I feel like that anyone could easily pick these things up and afford them. So I'm guessing that this is the gel side and this is the pencil side. So we are now nice up and close, so you can see that is a teardrop shape right there. So we're just gonna go in, and I feel that Selena chose to make this like this shape because this way you can just go in and fill in your eyebrows as quickly as you can. Because where someone who does have problems with her muscles, and I do want to do my eyebrows sometimes, you know, like to look a little more put together, I want to use a product that I can just go in and fill in my eyebrows where I need to and just kind of be done and go out the door. And I feel like already using this product for the first time, it's actually doing that. Like, I'm filling in my eyebrows so fast while I'm talking. So this is in real time, and I am very impressed with how smooth and easily this is going on, and it's filling in my eyebrows nicely. So I believe that's why she chose to go with a thicker pencil. Like, I've never filled in my eyebrows that fast. Like, that didn't even take a minute. Now, I'm growing mine out, so I have to clean that up, but I'm not gonna do that now. I might have put a little bit too much there, but I'm hoping that with the spoolie of the gel, it will comb that out. So we're gonna do the other eye. And I know some people prefer to have like a wooden pencil so you can sharpen it. Maybe later on the line, she will come out with a product like that. But I believe that the way this is right now, this is going to appeal to people, especially if you don't have eyebrows. It's going to be easier to fill in. If you're someone who is not very experienced at doing your eyebrows, I think this pencil will work great for you too. It's very forgiving, and it's just literally gliding. I don't know if you guys can see. because where I have to fill in my eyebrows, especially this one, is always on this outer corner, like this part of my eyebrow on is usually non-existent. So that's why I really have to concentrate when I'm filling it in. That's why I'm really focusing there. But for the sake of the video, I'm going all over the eyebrow so you guys can really see what it would look like if you were to do this at home yourself. And then the way it is, you can go like this and fill in. Just a lighter hand. So that's just a tip for you guys when you're doing your eyebrows. Going with a lighter hand in the areas where you're not sure. Yeah, because see how I went heavy handed, you see how much you filled in. So here I'm going in with a lighter hand so you can really see the difference. Okay, so it does retract back, which is good. Good, because I wasn't sure if it was going to do that or not. Now we're gonna go in with the gel right over it. So you see what I mean? If I would have gone in with a shade that was darker, you see how dark my eyebrows look already? They would have really looked crazy because I'm not trying to look like ultra marks here. So this is a very thin applicator, which is nice. So if you look carefully, the gel is like kind of like an ashy tone, which is okay because it's going to tone this down. So I'm just going to go and brush through it, and hopefully it'll kind of diminish a little bit. I probably should have grabbed a spoolie of my own, but I really want you guys to see how these products work without really manipulating and adding anything extra. So let's do this eyebrow. And I'm just gonna go in because I think I need a little bit more product to do this eyebrow. And then I'm gonna flip it and just really fill it in. So because I was a little less pressure on this, I feel like this eyebrow looks better color-wise. Like this looks too dark for me. This is more like what I would do on a daily. So I think that's good. I'll probably brush this out later. I don't know. I might just leave it like that because what I'm trying to do in my videos is not really edit a lot of like the mistakes so you guys can really see what the products look like and what happens. So since I already have you guys here, let's really look at my face right now before we do the liner and lips. So this is the blush with a little bit and with the LUMINIZER. So this is more like what I would wear, and this is because I didn't know how pigmented it was, so it looks really bad. So nonetheless, it's still a really nice color. And this is the foundation without me setting it. See how it's already looking very like ashy here? My skin is looking very dry here. And my forehead, it's creasing, which I really don't get that. And in between my eyebrows, you can see it too, like it's really accentuating this and my laugh lines. That doesn't really happen, but it will happen with a foundation that's a little bit too dry for me. So I'm gonna grab the eyeliner so that we can put the eyeliner on real quick. So the eyeliner is called the Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner, and it only comes in one shade, black. And it's 0.03 fluid ounces or 0.9 milliliters. And it says here on the box that it's an intense waterproof liner that delivers bold, even strokes with a calligraphy style pen. And I'm gonna insert a picture of when I swatched it on my hand. As you can see, it's very dark, and I was able to write my name actually in cursive, which I thought that was very impressive. And the price for the eyeliner is $19. Again, the price point on these products I think are very, very good. So this is what the pen looks like, the eyeliner pen. It reminds me of a pen. I really like how this feels in the hand. I really love the packaging. I think it's very, very pretty. I did see though that you have to, because of the style it is, you have to shake. Now that for me, I'm gonna shake it before I open it, is already like a red flag, because I don't like eyeliners that you have to shake to use them. Because one thing my experience is that when you use them and you're applying them, they can dry out and then like you have to go back and shake it. So let's see how this applies. I'm gonna shake it first, but already I'm not liking that I will have to shake it up, because if I'm gonna use a liquid eyeliner, I just want it to just glide right on, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so here it is. It's like they said, and we're just going to apply. Now, mind you, I don't have any eyeshadow primer on my eyes. Ooh. Made a mistake because I blinked. I have to turn my head sideways for you guys. Ooh, that's more than I wanted. It's very fluid, as you can see, so keep that in mind when using it. Now I need to fix that. Okay, so that went on really nicely. I'm not going to try to make a wing. Maybe I will, but for now I think that looks good. So it went on nicely. What I think maybe because I shook it up really good, it didn't like do the streaking. So let's try to do the other eye without shaking it up to see if it does that. Okay, I'm trying to find the angle to do it. Ooh, I just got that in my eye. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna do this while I'm still in frame. Okay, so it's making it very like close to the lashes, which is fine because this is typically, without that mistake, is what I would do. I'm using a liquid liner. The only way I would do it this much thicker is if I made a mistake like I just did. So what I am going to do is fix that and try to match these two, and then I will be back to put on the lip. Be right back. Okay, so before we put on the lip, I just wanted to show you guys real quick how the foundation is looking. So I have my Simple Human mirror next to me here. So can you guys see how it's looking? This might be too bright. Let me put this down a little bit. Okay, can you guys see how it's looking? It's creasing a lot, especially under my eyes. Can you guys see that? I'm not liking how that's looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use again her setting spray, since we only have lips to do, and we're going to shake it up and do that, and then I will be back and put on the lipstick. I just want to set this and see, give it some time and see if that's going to help it, because as someone who has really dry skin, I don't want foundation that's going to make my skin look even drier, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I shook that up nicely, so let's put that on. Really hydrating it because my skin looks super dry. Okay, so I'm gonna change my top, fix my hair, and I'll be back to put on the liquid lip and we will continue the review. Okay, you guys, so I'm back and we're going to go in with the last product, which is the lip souffle, right? That's what it's called. So it's the lip souffle matte lip cream, and this is the shade Transform. Again, you guys chose this color, and this is 0.13 fluid ounces or 3.9 milliliters, and the price for this is $20. And the box looks like this, so it's dark. It's actually the shade that it's going to represent, and this is it. It's a very berry color, and I absolutely love berry shades for the winter time. And oh, I don't know if I showed you guys, I didn't put on mascara so you guys can really see how the eyeliner came out. And I'm happy to report that because I shook up the eyeliner so much, I didn't have to reshake it to do the left eye, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's just apply this. And it's a doe foot applicator, but I don't know if you can see that it's kind of like a conal shape. So let's just go right in and I'm gonna try to apply this. Ooh, that's it good. I feel like that's on my lip. Hold on. So it feels very creamy. And the good thing about the way the applicator is, you can really be precise and really get in there. So for me, that's looking more like a very deep red with a hint of wine in it. So I'm gonna dip in again so I could do the bottom lip. And because of the shape of it, it's like a flat paddle. You can really apply it to your lip. So the bottom lip is more like if you clean off the wand and you just do one swipe. So it gives you like that, like, you know how when you blot your lips, and this is more like when you really use what's on the tip of it, really intensified on your mouth. So I'm gonna try to rebuild, not rebuild, intensify the colors, what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'm gonna put more, because I don't think you can intensify more than that. So just from trying it out, I think you can only put like 1 or 2, maybe 3, but for me 2 I think is fine, because I felt like when I tried to go in a third time, it was actually lifting up product. It feels very comfortable on the lips. It's reminding me of the NYX soft matte liquid lipsticks that they have, but the difference between the two, in my opinion, is that the NYX ones are thinner, whereas this one is definitely more of a moussey consistency, hence the name Souffle. It feels very comfortable on the lips. This is a very pretty color, but the way it's feeling on my lips, I'm gonna say this doesn't set, so definitely I'm gonna do a kiss test on the back of my hand. 1 second. So yeah, it definitely comes off, so it's not kiss proof, and when you do that, it definitely blots it out. So keep that in mind when you wear these. So they will transfer, but they do feel great on the lips. It's not emphasizing my lines on my lips, which I really like, because my lips tend to be very have a lot of lines in them, even no matter how much lip balm and everything I use. If I use something on my lips that's a little too drying, it will definitely look accentuate my lines, is what I'm trying to say. So I think that's everything, right? Yeah, that's everything. So now let me give you my thoughts. Okay, everyone, so now that I've been wearing the items for at least an hour, I want to give you my feedback of what I think. So let's start from the top to the bottom. The eyebrows, I really like this product. I like how easily I filled in my eyebrows, and I like that the eyebrow gel was just like 1 shade lighter than the eyebrow pencil, so it kind of like muted down just a little bit the pencil. And I feel like if you have naturally dark hair, this is a very good shade, and it's gonna look very natural. I know my eyebrows look very pronounced and very in your face right now, but I did that intentionally so you can see how pigmented the product is and how easily it glides on. But if I went in with a spoolie, it would definitely lift up the product and deminimize it just a little bit. So I definitely like this, and I will be keeping this and using it again. The next thing on the eyes that we use, put that down quietly, is this eyeliner. I love the packaging. It felt really nice in the hand. It definitely felt like a pen, and you saw how easily it laid down the product. And it just, you have to be careful with that, because how flexible the end of it is, because you will make mistakes. Like you saw, like I wasn't planning to make it this thick, but I had to, you know, even it out, because of the tip of this is very malleable and it's very easy to use. And I like how black and dark the eyeliner is. The only thing I do not like is that you have to shake this up. So this is something that's a maybe for me right now. I do like it. I will have to use it again off camera and see if it does become kind of a hassle to have to shake it up every time I use it. And if it does, then most likely I am going to return this, because in the past I've had products such as this where you have to shake it up to use it, and because of that I never reach for it, because that's just an extra step for me, and where I already have a hard time lifting up my muscles, you know, shaking things up, that's just something for me that's really not convenient. And then it may sound like something small to you guys, but for me, it's a lot of work. So this is a maybe, but I think it's a great product. And if you don't mind having to shake up your eyeliner, definitely pick this up, because I think that it's very pretty and it's definitely very dark and it dries matte and it goes on really nicely. So I do like the product. I just don't like that aspect of the product. The Luminizer, right, this was called the highlighter. This is really pretty and I do like it, but despite all that and how it looks and went on and everything, I will be returning it, because in the past in my collection I have had liquid highlighters and it's always the last thing that I would reach for. If I have to pick between a liquid highlighter and a powder one, I always go with that powder one, because for me it's easier to open up a compact, get a brush and buff on the highlighter than to put a liquid on and have to sit there and pat and blend out even with my fingers. I just prefer that method. So it's just a formulation preference. I prefer a powder over a liquid, but definitely I recommend you pick this up if you're someone who likes a more dewy look. If you want something that you can build up nicely, if you want something more natural, definitely pick it up. I think this is a great product, but it just doesn't fit in with my makeup the way that I like to put it on. So unfortunately, I will be returning this because of that, but not because it's a bad product. Now, with that being said, now we're going to talk about the blush. The blush is really nice. This is a beautiful color. I honestly didn't think I was going to like this shade, but again, because it's in a liquid form, I will be returning it because of the application process. For me, it's just easier to take a compact and a blush, like I said, and apply blush that way. That's just my preference. But if you're someone that you like liquid blushes, definitely pick up this one. There were so many shades that she has, because these do come in a dewy consistency. So this is a matte blush, but she has some that are not matte. So definitely recommend those two products, even though I am returning them. What's next? Okay, so let's talk about the lip product. This is something that's going to be a maybe, because this is not a lipstick that I will wear, the shade, because you guys know I'm not really a red lipstick person. But with that being said, I think this is a beautiful lip color. I definitely don't have anything like this. But the thing is that's holding me back is the fact that it transfers so easily. Because personally, if I'm going to put on a lipstick this intense, I want to know that when I apply it, it's going to like be locked in place and not go anywhere. So yeah, so this is a maybe. So I'm gonna have to think about these two items if I'm going to keep them or not, but I think they're really good. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just I'm trying to keep in my makeup collection things that I know that I'm going to reach for, and not just say, okay, I'll leave that for another day, or yeah, I like it, I'm gonna use it, and then I don't, because I did donate so many beauty products that were not used, and I'm trying to be more mindful of that, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now let's talk about the face products that I used on my face today. So the foundation, I feel like that the shade matched me perfectly, because I know on here it's looking very blown out because of my lights, but in the mirror it matches me nicely. The only thing is that what I'm not liking, like I showed you, is that it's emphasizing all of my lines. Like you see my laugh lines, how they're really being pronounced. It's looking very ashy around here, and you know, I'm getting the creasing and all that stuff. Like it's really more noticeable, and really up close, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see how cakey my skin looks? And it's because the foundation is drying out on my face, and wearing it also, it's feeling kind of itchy, and that's how I know that it's too dry for my skin. So unfortunately, this is also going back as well. Do I think it's a good product? Yes, I believe that this is a great foundation, but I think this will benefit more someone who has normal to oily and even combination skin, because you know, if you have a little more excess oil in it, and this right away went matte on me, it's gonna suck up that excess oil that you have, and it's going to give you more of that demi matte finish. Whereas this for me is not a good combination for someone who has such dry skin like me. Even though I did prep my skin very well, and even though I did use the luminizing factor, you know, this primer, it just did not work well for me. Now that we're mentioning the primer, you guys saw how dewy and wonderful my skin looked when I put this on. This is something that I would recommend to you to use as well. Like I mentioned previously, if you want to just do like a nice natural out the door look, But for me, this is going to go back because I'm not going to use this product again. I'm going to be honest with you because, again, like I have had products like this in my makeup collection. And as nice as they look, it's not something that I reach for because I don't want to have to put an extra product for the way I do my makeup to make myself look dewy, especially if I use it with my foundation and it's not going to make my foundation look illuminating as well. I'd rather get a foundation that's luminizing or dewy on its own and have a primer that's actually hydrating my skin than something that's just giving me like that pearl look. So this is going back as well, unfortunately. Now the concealer, this is definitely going back because it didn't do anything under my eyes. You saw that it gave me a little bit of coverage, but it didn't give me the coverage that I need. And it definitely did not settle well under my eyes because with all the other concealers that I've worn, I've never gotten creasing. And as you can see, all the creasing I have under my eyes, especially on this eye, you can see that. And that is using my Holy Grail powders that I always use. So the concealers that I use on a normal daily basis always work well on my skin. And this unfortunately did not. I think this is more for someone who does not really need a lot of coverage under their eyes, and for someone who prefers a thinner consistency of foundation, concealer under their eyes, and does not really have wrinkles. So I'm unfortunately going to return this as well because I will not be using that again because it just did not work for me. So last but not least is this Always Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. When I spritzed this on my face in the beginning, it felt so nice and it smelled good. And it was like, you know, if you go to a spa and they just splash your face, you know how they do with that cool water? That's how it felt. So it felt really nice on my skin, but it didn't do anything in my opinion because when I sprayed this to like rehydrate the foundation and try to set it, it didn't do anything. It literally looks the same. It doesn't look any dewier. It doesn't look any more luminous. It just was just a water basically. And I'm used to using like my MAC Fix Plus. I feel that if I would have used that, my face, you know, with my other foundations would have locked it in and kind of dissolved the product and made it look better. Whereas with this, it didn't. I don't feel like it did anything. So unfortunately, that is going back as well. So I really don't like to do reviews where I'm saying I'm going to return stuff, but I'm being honest. I'm giving you guys my experience and how I feel about the products. Do I feel like these are good products? Yes, I do feel like that for the price point, these products are excellent products. They just didn't work for me. So don't come for me in the comments saying, you know, because I love Selena Gomez. I love her. It's just that these products did not work for me, the ones that I mentioned. But with that being said, I still recommend them. And I do like how she did the price point to be very inexpensive, especially for people who are younger, who are huge fans of her and want to support her and want to go buy her products. I feel like if they went and just bought themselves like, you know, the Luminizer and the liquid blush, they can make themselves a nice look. And then if they wanted to, you know, do something with their eyes, just get the liner and they will be good, and they'll have themselves like a signature Selena Gomez look. Obviously you have to get a lip product as well, but with that being said, I feel like the price point is really nice. And I do like the packaging as well. I think that if you display this out all on your vanity, it looks very clean and very minimalistic, and it'll give you a nice aesthetic to your vanity. So that's all I have to say about these items. I do feel bad that they didn't work for me because, like I said, I am a huge fan of Selena Gomez. Nonetheless, I will be definitely keeping the eyebrow thing, but I have to think about the lip and the eye pencil if I'm going to be returning them or not. I have to try them out again and see how I feel about them. But I will update you guys about that in the description box, so check down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.